Here are my rectangular prisms. We're going to draw some triangular prisms right now. When you draw a triangular prism, it's going to have two triangular faces. I'll draw them in pencil lightly. So there's a triangle. I'll draw an identical triangle in the back. And just like I did with the cube, you're going to connect up kind of the corresponding corner. So the top connects to the top, lower right to the lower right, and then the lower left to the lower left. I purposely did that one light because you're not going to see it if it's three-dimensional. You won't see a lot of this. In fact, with the triangular prism, sometimes you only see two of the faces, this front here and one of the rectangles on the side. Two of the rectangular faces are hidden. If I can dash those in. Triangular prism, sometimes it can be hard to visualize it because you don't see much. Triangular prism, a lot of it is hidden three-dimensionally. You have those two identical triangular bases. That's what makes it a prism. Two identical bases, and the other faces are all rectangles. Here the bases were kind of in the front and the back. It didn't have to be that way. It could be in the top. So maybe I'll draw a triangle like this. Something like that. I'll draw it below a similar triangle. Oh, really an identical triangle. And connect up the corresponding corners. And again, you start to see it three-dimensionally. You have a triangle on top. You have a triangle on the bottom. And then all the other faces are going to be rectangles. So we have a rectangle on the side. This time we can see two out of the three rectangular faces. So yours does not need to look identical to mine. Maybe this face should be a little darker, give it that three-dimensional quality. So that's also a triangular prism. So as long as you have the same shape as the top and bottom, back and front, doesn't matter the orientation. You can make any prism that you want. So for example, here's a hexagonal prism. There's a hexagon. I will, in pencil, draw the same hexagon. And since I've done this before, I know which ones I'm going to be able to see. Which edges I can see, and then which ones need to be dashed in. And then this one has so many hidden edges that they some of them kind of overlap with each other. I'll draw this one in color, why not? I think this is fun to do. So hopefully you're enjoying it. And who knows what that green hexagonal prism could be used for. Hexagonal prism, one hexagon in front, one hexagon in back, and then all the other faces are rectangles. And maybe it would be kind of, here's front and back, but maybe it would also be top and bottom. So the way that I like to do this, you kind of draw a hexagon. It looks kind of smushy, a regular hexagon, but it's kind of smushed. That gives it that 3D quality. You draw the same one below. Maybe this one is not so tall. It's like a stand for, I don't know, a trophy that you might have or something. So there we go. Another hexagonal prism. Maybe I won't even have the dashed lines. This one has enough faces. I think you can really get a good sense of it without any dashed lines. Whereas the triangular prism, you really need them because it starts to get confusing. There's so little faces shown. On the triangular prism, it's pretty abstract without the hidden edges shown. And this one has a light on top. So this shape here, hexagon on top, hexagon on the bottom, totally hidden, and there would be 6 rectangles around the side. So you can make a prism with any shape. And we're going to do that next week with kind of more complicated shapes. Let me show you, for example. Oh, wish me luck here. So maybe not perfect. I'm drawing the same star. Might even overlap with itself, it doesn't matter. So every sort of corner is being connected to its corresponding corner. This one here is going to go to that corner here, but I'm going to stop it where I know it can't be seen anymore. Maybe I'll dash in everything else. So this is a star-shaped prism. Ooh, we might get a little bit. See that? Now, let me try to color it in quickly. Well, since it's a star, we should probably do it more star colored. We don't have a good orange there. That's surprising. So hopefully, maybe you're experimenting with a different shape. I'll give you a preview in a minute. It's going to be kind of purple. I don't really think purple is exactly a nice, like what I think of when I think of a star, but that's what we're going to go with. Now I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. So this star-shaped prism has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sided star. It's a fancy way of saying this is a decagon. Star in front, star in back, and there would be 10 rectangular faces. So the last thing, this is a little preview of next week, would be maybe to pick a letter. So for example, maybe a letter that your name starts with. For now, well, you can give it a curve. It's not going to be a polyhedron with a curve in there. Technically, it is now a different kind of shape, but that's okay. And I'll talk more about this next week. I'm doing this quickly. I hope I'm doing it right. I'll just kind of go like that. Probably needs a little bit of a curve there. Not perfect at all. And this is a J-shaped. It is technically not a prism, but it is close enough. That curve there makes it not a prism. I like green, so color this in with green. So hopefully you have maybe you've drawn your initials, first letter of your name, or any other kind of shape that you want.